To start, some of the code base is older than I am. Our product, the company itself is 65 years old this year, which is amazing for any company. But our digital products have existed for the past 40 or 45 years, and that means that in the late 70s and early 80s, Strat-O-Matic baseball was playable on the computers of the time, which means things were designed for floppy disk and things had 80 column limits. Some of those early computing days. But as we evolved into the 90s and 2000s, we built a platform around Windows at the time because that was what everyone was doing. And we had a really great following there, but the game was never built with network communication in mind. It was meant to only run as a single tenant. You're interacting with this game on your local computer. So the hardest part of it all was charting a path between having this closed but powerful game engine and having an open and collaborative ecosystem where we can play against other individuals and having the game engine run as an intermediary there. So Systango was instrumental is the right word with planning out how we were able to hook network communications, WebSockets, all of these modern technologies into this legacy code base that's ultimately, got its start 40 plus years ago. It was hard to see the final product when we first got started, but as we started chipping away at the APIs behind players and leagues and setting up games themselves, we built enough pieces that we were able to assemble our new set of apps out of it, and it's been a really great experience. Of course, there have been differences of opinion with management and the reality of implementing apps and such. We leaned very heavily on React Native and some of the mobile technologies early, but that just wasn't where our users were following us to. So they really wanted something that they could still interact with the game as if they're sitting in front of it, but we wanted to offer them more. It was the expertise that stood out more than anything. From a previous project, I had exposure to the structure, which was working hands-on with developers, but also with the product managers and the CTO level conversations too. So I already felt comfortable having high-level conversations that would get technical rather quickly. So when the shift came, I changed organizations and I was put in charge of this new set of products. It was really helpful to be able to talk to technical experts. And I knew that I could call on Systango to provide a React expert, C++ expert, and plenty of technical architects that could really take a holistic approach to architecting this application. Innately, it's hard to collaborate across oceans. It was hard to bridge that gap initially, but once we found a cadence that worked for us, it's been something we're going on 10 years now of being partners together. Um, Collaboration takes many forms. I don't I don't pretend to be an expert in anything that I do, including the game engine that we've built. There are far wiser and smarter engineers than me working at Systango that have a much better command of what's going on under the hood. So collaboration to me means everyone has the opportunity to be heard. And if a developer has this issue that, hey, this might cause a blocker in our next release, or this might lead to a memory leak, or something like that, I always want to have those conversations and make sure those bubble up to the management level so that we can decide as a team how we should approach it and how we should alter course. So communication to me is the strongest point, and Tango's been great with that. We have a set of probably 4 or 5 different weekly milestones that we hit, and that just keeps everyone on the same cadence. That when we get on the phone, it's always a way that we can help unblock each other as opposed to just going through the motions and checking the boxes. So I very much prefer a hands-on collaborative approach. It's clear that Systango has a formula that they applied to projects, and it's never one size fits all. I come out of a custom testing background, and I know that for this company, they wanted a certain way. They're testing a certain aspect of it, and I'm sure it's the same with the software and software as a service. You have some common tenets that you try to apply as often as you can, whether it be project management or timesheet keeping or communications platforms. But once you have a good foundation, it's how you continue to use the tools. So the things that have been most most effective have been communication. Yeah, our biggest fear is that we have a product that goes offline at 12 p.m. Eastern time, and then someone's not around to fix it until overnight. But luckily, this doesn't happen because we plan and we create apps that can stand on their own to weather these storms. Um, but to the biggest strength from my perspective, Systango, is that vertical integration where you have teams of people that are organized in such a way that everyone can reach the highest level individually. I know developers that can have a conversation with the CTO, and the CTO will call me up and you say, "Hey, real quick, we just need to talk about XYZ, whatever it is of the day." So communication, technical expertise, as I noted, Systango is not only a set of developers that are cherry picked to be the best, but they can also work together. So I really love that while I'm sitting in a room across the world, my team is sitting in a room together solving these problems, and that's reassuring to me. And then something that I wanted to touch on again is depth of bench. We have various needs, and as a business in the modern age, occasionally we'll have website issues or WordPress things come up that we'll get a quote from Systango to help out with that, or we'll have marketing initiatives and wondering, hey, what are the best practices around this? So I've never felt in a situation that I couldn't have a conversation with a technical resource at Systango and learn something from the environment. We are coming up on 8 months of since releasing our game after 4 years of work. It was a long road to get to where we are, but it is providing a different foundation for our business, where we traditionally have serviced users that come to us maybe once a year and buy our physical board game products or our physical sales products. We are now trying to continually engage these customers and giving them new experiences that they can take on the go with them. Our customers that have been with us for 20 years were unfamiliar with being able to pick up their iPhone and go and play a game of Strat-O-Matic somewhere, or go and do anything useful and engage with our brand. But now, thanks to Baseball Max and the work that Systango has done, you can pick up anything with a web browser and be able to engage with mini Strat-O-Matic experiences right away. And the feedback has been amazing. We're just at the dawn of a marketing initiative to try to bring new users to the platform and really start growing our community. So it's been transformative, for lack of a better word, and it's taken our very physical brick and mortar business into something that is scalable digitally. Direct comparisons between our Windows game product and Baseball Max, there are really no easy direct comparisons to make, but we have started integrating Baseball Max within all of our marketing and really all of the sales efforts for the organization. So, for instance, we ran a pre-sale a few weeks ago, and we do this yearly, and our customers love it, and they will line up out the door, rain or shine, in New York to try to get their hands on these physical products. We co-branded it with Baseball Max. We were releasing the same things physically and digitally on the same day, and we saw our app usage, our Baseball Max usage, skyrocket and stay pretty well elevated with the release of these new card sets. So it's easy to measure engagement from that perspective because we're able to provide experiences that haven't existed before, and customers eat them up. Yes, I would recommend Systango. One, for the depth of bench, knowing that if I have an issue with my AWS resources this week, I know exactly who I can talk to at Systango to get a better handle on it. If we have larger communications issues, I know I can get on the phone with a CTO, CEO, C-level positions, and air my concerns, pass along any new business constraints or this and that. Really, it's been peace of mind. Having an organization that has a level of care that goes above and beyond. The individuals that I've been working with at the Strat-O-Matic team, I've been working with since 2017, 2018 now. So we're a very close-knit crew, and if we didn't meet every week, it would seem strange, almost. So it's really nice having the peace of mind where I know I don't have the support of um, so many developers and so many technical resources here in the States on my team, but I have infinite technical resource that I can pull from at Systango if needed. It's easy and it's very difficult when comparing, side to side, what what the decisions are, and what the differences are. Um, I remember, all the way back in 2014 when I first started working with Systango, some of the very first conversations weren't about the immediate issues at hand. Like, whereas I was laser focused trying to build this product, but I didn't have any of the business vision. I didn't have any long-term glasses on. It was clear to me that Systango had built products, had built businesses, knew things that I could learn from them. So I was happy to take a back seat in a lot of conversations and just listen and learn. And I think because of that, I'm in a different place professionally than I would have otherwise been. And I know a lot more now than I would have otherwise.